There was a breakdown done by Big Homie CC that I thought was the most accurate and the most intelligent breakdown of the situation that I heard. I want you guys to hear it for yourself before I kind of give my opinion and say what I feel. Check it out.
Gucci Mane has come out and said if it wasn't for his wife, he would not be who he is now. His wife had power of attorney over all of his business while he was locked up. She turned a $3 million to $9 million. So for a person like Gucci, when you come from environments of impoverished circumstances, most of y'all, your homies is going to be monsters.
It's facts.
You only get so far with monsters.
It's facts.
So I know from experience, when you have jewelry over a certain amount of money, it's insured.
Before we even go into the further point that he's about to get into when it talks about the jewelry and the things that Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci for, I want to address that first part of what he said. Excuse me. The first part of what he said, when you come from the hood, your homies is going to be monsters. You know what I learned from 50 Cent? Being a real nigga is a bad investment. That's what 50 said. Hey, you a real nigga? I know, I could tell. I could look in your eyes, I could tell. Being a real nigga is a bad investment. Nobody wants to buy a problem in business. He said that he actually wasn't going to have the issues with Murder Inc. and Ja Rule because he didn't want Eminem and Dr. Dre to feel like he was bringing street stuff into business. It wasn't until Ja Rule said some things about Eminem's daughter that they cleared him to actually do what he did with all that beef in that situation. But 50 said, being a real nigga is a bad investment. Nobody wants to buy a problem, especially when you really come from that environment. Even he understood, being from that place, that I can't go in here and be a monster in here, and I got to control my homies as well. This is something I learned directly from 50 as well in my own success, which was, hey, be careful going back to the hood and helping the homies and taking care of everybody. Make sure that everybody is working and doing a job function, and make sure that it's legitimate and above the board, because the circumstances that they under, they going to do ignorance with the resources that you provide for them. And when it's time to go to jail, all y'all going to jail, because the police going to look at it, because I'm a two-striker, me personally, and I come from the hood and I've been shot multiple times and all this different stuff. They're going to look at it like Wilden got some success, went back and spread it with the homies. Now the homies are operating as an organized crime gang for Will. So you got to be careful, right? So when Big Homie CC is saying this, he right. Like, your homies is going to be monsters. You got to be careful. And I thought that was an important thing, and just something that everybody that comes from where we come from, that makes it to a place of success, has to think about. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, as a child, I thought as a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. You got to be conscious of the position that you're in now.
I know from experience, when you have jewelry over a certain amount of money, it's insured. In order to cash in on that insurance, you have to file a police report.
Facts. That's a fact.
I told people, look, he's going to file a police report for that jewelry, and he's going to get identified, and he's not going to cooperate no more. That's exactly what just took place. Exactly what just took place. So on a business aspect of things, security's job, if you just have normal security, is to call the police.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a close protection bodyguard, his job is to die for you, shoot for you, et cetera, et cetera. One of these.
Security is observe and report. Some of y'all work security jobs or had one in the past. Y'all know it's observe and report. It's not to go out there and die. Your bodyguard's supposed to go out there and die for you.
Yeah, all-duty police officer. Then he had the cameraman. Those two people are going to be the cooperating witnesses.
Facts.
It's not going to be Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane had on a $2 million ring. In order to cash in on that insurance, you got to file a police report. That's what happened. Now he's not going to cooperate no more. So he's recouped. Then legally, everybody remembers the story about how Suge Knight got out the contract. But there's no cameras back then. Now there's cameras. If you're signing a contract under duress, that makes that signature null and void.
It's void.
So Pooh Shiesty is still signing Gucci Mane now.
That's right.
When, in all actuality, I tell all artists, if you sign for $1 million, you're going to owe the label 9 to 10 million.
Right. It's a loan.
So if your label made 24 million, it's going to cost you 50 to 60 to buy yourself out that deal.
It's a fact.
So Gucci said, look, come to the studio, drop me 2 more albums, pay me $2 million, and I'll let you out the deal. I don't think he had the liquid capital.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I banned my father from my family, because he's a career criminal. All the other.
He's saying Pooh Shiesty could have did business. Gucci coming in like, yo, do business. Give me this much. Give me this amount and do this for me, and then you out the deal, you go do what you want to do. Pooh Shiesty's like, man, I ain't got the money to do that, bro. I'm gonna force you to let me out this deal. Take it off. Take the ring off. Take the watch off. I've been in jail for robbery when I was young. As a child, I thought as a child. As a man and as a businessman now, and this is why my perspective on this, I think, is a little unique, because I understand Pooh Shiesty because I was Pooh Shiesty. And then I understand Gucci because I am Gucci now in the sense of business, right? Like coming from the street and then being hitting a certain level of success in business and being successful longer than you've been in the streets. It's like, I get both sides. I get that Gucci had to, like, when he's talking about the paperwork, we had the paperwork right here. When he's talking about the paperwork, I kind of understand what he's saying. Like, okay, well, Gucci had to make a police report and say something, and they broke the whole thing down. I did a breakdown of this paperwork, and you can go on my channel and find the breakdown. But I want to get to the part where they said the statement that Gucci made real quick, because I want to read it with the lens of what Big Homie CC just said, which I think is an intelligent lens. Now, this is the part where they say Gucci told. RD is Gucci. I think it's Roderick Davis, or however you say it, whatever his name is. So that's Gucci's initials. So Junior MM and RD describe Williams Jr., who's Pooh Shiesty, as wearing a black Nike brand Shiesty mask, black hooded shirt, and black pants during the offense. An online search of Pooh Shiesty matched the individual depicted throughout at Pooh Shiesty, right? The victims identified Pooh Shiesty's dad's Instagram account as Mob Ties Global. Photographs on the account refer to Pooh Shiesty and his dad as father and son. And so they pretty much just gave up they Instagrams and say, hey, this is them. This is the description. It says that Big 30, his Instagram was given up as well. And it says all the victims, including Gucci, are all identified Big 30 as a well-known hip-hop artist. And he was present during the offense. The security officer and Gucci Mane identified his Instagram account as CEO Big 30, which is verified by Instagram. The account contains photographs of Wright with Pooh Shiesty, Big 30 with Pooh Shiesty and Waters, as investigators located a Facebook account associated with Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty and Waters. So they seen these pictures from these guys, right? So that's where people are saying, like, oh, Gucci telling outside of this song that Gucci just dropped, saying all the different things that he was saying in the song. They're saying he gave a statement. He identified some people, and for street dudes, like, that's telling. Now, in that sense, I get it. Here's where I understand the people that are on Pooh Shiesty's side. Gucci, you from the street, and you sold this image and this narrative to children like Pooh Shiesty for years. And then when it was time to be that guy, and it was time to live up to that in this situation specifically, because Gucci has lived up to it in the past in his own ways in different situations. But in this situation specifically, you didn't hold up to the standards that you said you came up under, and that you said it wasn't true to your presentation. I understand that 100%. Here's where I get a little bit like, hold on. If Gucci was a white man, a white executive, would Pooh Shiesty have done that? I don't know. But I think it's a valid question to ask. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. The other side of that is Gucci is not the same Gucci. At what point in hip hop culture are you allowed to say, I'm a grown man now? I'm not 22 years old. I'm not 25 years old. I'm not 27 years old. I'm a grown man. I own a multi-million-dollar business. I have a wife. I don't got time I came out here for a business meeting. Y'all playing in the street. I'm not trying to play in the street at 46 years old, which is what Gucci is. 46 years old. Nigga almost 50 years old, man. At what point do you say, hey, I get to be a 50-year-old man? Now, some people would say never, because you decided to be in the street. Once you're in the street, you're in the street forever. I don't know that I subscribe to that. personally. And I don't know that it needs to be an announcement when you leave the street. When you decide to leave the street, I think that's just what you decide to do. I don't know, though. He ain't no gangbanger. You feel me? He ain't currently actively out there doing crime and selling drugs and doing all that. What was he supposed to do in this situation? Y'all can say that's right or wrong. And I don't know that I agree necessarily, personally, with what Gucci did. I probably would have gave the little nigga a pass. Maybe. I don't know, though, because I'm not in that situation. I probably would have said, look, man, let me let big homie CC keep talking, and then I'll come back to it.
Taught us bad shit. Getting him out the way, our family was able to prosper. Pooh Shicey's father is the one who went to the store and printed off the release contract. You got to understand something. If somebody is coming home from a federal case like that, you're going to be under 24 hours surveillance, whether you know it or not.
That's right.
They thought it was big in the program. We're talking about a guy who pulled a robbery
with an ankle monitor on.
They had a lime green McLaren out there, a Maybach out there. He left $40,000 cash at the scene of the crime for items that was $3,300. They seen him post the money. They cross-referenced the serial numbers off Instagram, so the money left at the scene.
That was the first case.
That's how they went down the first time. So if you're following behind somebody like this, if you got a robbing-ass leader, you're going to be a robbing-ass crew.
That's right.
If you got a get-money-ass team, get-money-ass leader, you have a get-money-ass crew.
That's right.
If you got to follow the leader, everybody slime and shicey this, the back door wide open.
That's true.